Do you know one person that you talk to the most? A person who knows you better than your parents, your closest friends? A person that you literally spend 24 hours engaging with? Well, this person is none other than your own mind. So think about the fact that how many thoughts that you have in a single day. It's really a lot, right? And what you think and what you say to yourself, this means your language plays a very critical role when it comes to your success. And I don't mean success in your business, but literally anything that you do in your life. And I'm sharing this story with you because this had been a big bottleneck for me that was really stopping me from growing. And I came to the realization of this not too long ago. That's why I'm making this video, just to make you understand and hopefully, make sure that you don't end up making these mistakes for yourself. So, what do I mean by this? Let me elaborate on this concept. When I was starting out my business, I used to keep, whenever I would have a bad month, I would just go ahead and tell myself different kind of things like maybe I'm just not meant to do this business thing. Maybe I should go on and apply for a job, right? Maybe I should go to LinkedIn or Naukri or whatever and start looking for some other type of opportunity. And I would keep telling that to myself every single day that I'm just not capable of it. Maybe I'm just really bad at ads. Maybe I'm just very bad at delivering results. Maybe I'm just really, really bad at operations or whatever. Okay. And once, let's say I would wake up in the morning, this thought would appear in my head, and then I would just open up my computer, and then I would then automatically start looking for proof that why I'm not meant to be successful. So I would open up Facebook, maybe I'm running an ad, or maybe I uploaded a YouTube video, and I would then try to search for that negative comment that was on that ad, so that I could just say to myself, yeah, I told you I'm bad at business, I should probably quit. Or what I would do then is when I'm checking my emails, when I would be responding to my customers, I would deliberately look for a refund request that, hey, somebody just did not like my service, they just don't want to be my client anymore. So I would go on and look for the proof that would validate my belief that I'm just really bad at business. And then even later on, when I progressed, right? I didn't like progress much. I was basically stuck, and it was like a very, I wasn't growing. I wasn't, going down either, right? But then what started happening is I would always like look at other kind of YouTubers or other successful people, and then I would just like judge them critically that, hey, that person is successful because of XYZ reason, or they had this, right? Maybe they were born in the US, or maybe they had this opportunity because of which they are successful. And all these were beliefs within my head, right? And what I would tell myself is, and I didn't even notice this, it was really crazy and profound when I actually had the realization that I had been thinking about these negative things which was stopping me for such a long time. So I would look at a successful person, and then I would say to myself that, that person just does it because, they have all this stuff. And one day when I will have that stuff, then I will start taking the actions that they are taking. So for example, if a successful person that I'm seeing on YouTube or anywhere, let's say that they wake up early in the morning, or they really spend 8 hours doing sales calls, or they are, really good at managing employees or becoming a good leader, I would then give myself excuses that one day when I will be good enough, then I will learn these skills. But the fact that I did not realize is that in order to be good enough, I have to start taking those actions now. And please focus on this. I have to start taking those actions now to become that new character. And that cannot be done if I keep telling myself that, one day I'll be like that person. Why can't I be that person now? Why can't I start taking those action steps now? And as a result, what ended up happening is, since I used to tell myself that I'm not that person yet, right? Whenever a big opportunity, like let's say a big client would come, I would be really scared. I would be in a vulnerable position and I wouldn't be sure if I could actually deliver results to this person or not. And then I would back away from that opportunity and that opportunity would be taken away from me because I was telling myself all these negative thoughts all this while. And this really, really hampered my growth. Okay. So it's only if you stop trying to live in that old identity, literally kill it, and it's only if you start believing that whatever you're trying to do and whatever character you're trying to become, you can do that now, and you need to take those beliefs into consideration now, and you need to take those actions now rather than after XYZ period of time. And you stop doing this, one day I will do this, and one day that time will come. That one day is never going to come. You have to do it today. Okay. So this also applies to and I'm being very, very honest over here, and I just genuinely do not care if this benefits anybody. I think I would be, it would be, even if it benefits one person, like I think the point of this video will be done. This also happened in my personal life, right? I would tell myself all the time that I'm just not looking for a relationship right now. I just want to be alone. I just don't want to be in a relationship. Or I just, don't have time. I just don't have time to go out and meet other people. And I would keep telling myself that. And the fact is that, if I really think about it, I could have taken out time. Okay, during that initial stages of my entrepreneurship career. And since I would keep telling myself these excuses, then I would, even when an opportunity would arrive, what I would do is I would try to justify it that I genuinely do not have time. Let's say even the perfect person, like the perfect soulmate or whatever would be standing in front of me. My mind would try to justify and come up with excuses that right now is not the time to be involved in this particular relationship. I just don't have the time. I'm an entrepreneur. I just have to be busy, 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 and I can't afford to be in a relationship. And this mindset also prevented me from, even, like passing upon opportunities with people who I think I could have had a great relationship with. And this, I just don't mean in terms of like a girlfriend. I mean like even friends and people that I've probably missed out on because I used to have these beliefs. So in my opinion, if you continue to operate with the old character that you have and you keep telling yourself these stories, like how I was telling myself, you will be, you will get stuck. You will remain in this position where either you will go down or you will just stay stagnant. And after 30, 40, 50 years, when you wake up, when you're old, you will realize like, what was I even doing? What was I even thinking? And honestly, for most people, they never ever come to this realization that the only person that was stopping them from succeeding was just their own identity, their own beliefs, and nothing else. Right? And when somebody's like 30, 50 or whatever, it's very difficult to change their beliefs. For example, if I sit down and try to tell my dad about certain things, for example, if I try to explain to him what Bitcoin and everything is, right? It would be very difficult for him to grasp that concept. And I don't mean it because he's not smart. He's very smart. In fact, that's the reason why he's pretty successful. It's because he was used to certain beliefs that were there for the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years since the time he was a kid, right? So if you are young, or if you are if you still have the if you can get that realization that the only thing that's stopping you is you yourself, and you can work around with these beliefs of yours and just sit down and write down what all stories you're telling yourself that are really stopping you, I think you could also experience that profound shift that I recently experienced, and that would really allow you to take things to the next level. So that being said, if you don't already know me, my name is Rohan Dhawan. I'm the CEO and founder of Uability, where I help entrepreneurs like yourself get high ticket clients all over the globe. And the reason why I do this is because I don't believe talent should not have any kind of borders. My ideal dream would be that one day somebody from a village in India is working with a client in London, sharing her knowledge about Python and programming and whatnot. So that's something that I really want to see one day. I make these videos because I want to document my journeys. I want to document my beliefs that I had at the current time, so that maybe in the future I could look at them and see what was really stopping me and how can I could I have done better. And also, while some of you may find value out of it, if you don't, I'm sure you're not watching this video till the end, but those who you are, I love you. You guys are true loyal fans, and do let me know what kind of videos you would like to see in the future by commenting below. And do subscribe to the channel, because that will give me some motivation that it's really helping you, this kind of content. So thanks again, and bye bye. Oh, so there's one more thing that I want to record, but I was done filming, and I just can't be bothered picking up the camera again. Just wanted to record this quickly and add to this video. And this was something regarding a realization that I had regarding people that I do not like, people that I resented. Okay. And what I realized is, and this is pretty profound, and this was a eureka moment for me. People that I did not like, I did not usually like them for because they actually were capable of doing something that I know I can also do, but I'm not able to do it right now because of my own limiting beliefs. Okay. So, for example, I remember as a kid, I would go to the gym and I would see this guy who's like pretty buff, and then and he would just like drop the dumbbells here and there, and I would try to just look at that person and be like, that person, like he's so bad, like he's like making this noise all the time. And then I would also you know uh, try to like question, like, hey, that person, like, he barely does anything, why is he so in shape, whereas like me, I'm just not in shape at all. Like, how does he get to have it so easy and I don't? I used to have all these beliefs. So what I realized is that people that I found to dislike was because I was jealous of those people, because they had something that I also wanted, but I just did not have the guts to admit that to myself. So this is pretty profound. So what I did is I made a list of all the people that I resented, and I basically questioned why did I not like them. And then I realized that, it's because they are capable of doing something, and me being a competitive person, I just did not like that. So what I did is I accepted their beliefs, even if I don't necessarily entertain them right now. I said that it's okay to do whatever you are doing. I don't necessarily need to. For example, if Kim Kardashian loves to post thousands of selfies on Instagram, it's fine. It's working for her. She's very successful. I shouldn't question it. I should neither try to adapt to it. Maybe I could experiment it. Unless and until I've not experimented it, I should not like form a belief regarding it. So yeah, I should basically stop resenting her or anybody else for it, right? Because people, they have different beliefs that work out for them, and who am I to question it, right? So just a quick point that I wanted to add. Hope this benefits you. Just make a list of all the people that you dislike, and what you'll realize is probably because you're jealous. At least that's what happened to me. Maybe it's not true for you, but hope this helps. Bye bye.